All right. First of all, thank you, ladies, for joining the Real Women Prefer show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right. First of all, let us know, what are your names?
I'm Janette. Do you want our last name?
No.
Let me start that over. Okay.
So you can say that again.
I'm Janette.
And I am Veronica,
Welcome, Veronica and Janette.
not Rebecca.
I'm like, who the hell are you? I heard like 3 different names.
She's the fucking bomb. Just like.
Okay, I just need to know that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, Veronica?
And Janette, not
See.
Janet. Don't get it
Janette.
twisted. Yeah.
Alright, we're good.
Now let's get on track.
Okay, I'm
All
here.
right. One more time. Good.
What are we doing again?
Say it again.
I'm Veronica.
And I'm Janette.
Cool.
Welcome to Real Women Prefer.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, y'all.
And it's a pleasure to have you here.
First question I have. Veronica. We've talked, had some conversations. You're Cuban. Is
Yes.
that correct? Okay. Being Cuban, 9 times out of 10, do you date just within your race or?
No, I completely am the opposite. I actually don't date Hispanic men. My ex-husband is Cuban, and there are a lot of very stereotypical Hispanic traits that Cuban men tend to have. And it's that, male-dominated society and that, traditional male and female gender roles that I was born in America, so even though my family's Cuban, I'm a very modern woman. So now I make a point to not date Hispanic men. Kind
So
of
you
like.
make an actual point.
Oh yeah. Like I've met some guys who are like really cute and seem really nice, and we're not doing that.
So what's your preferred,
Anything but Latino, and it's not even specific just to Cuban. And I know that they're like people are individuals.
Mhm.
So regardless of what culture or race you are, there's individuals in and among that. But for me, I find that most Hispanic men have those expectations that a woman's gonna cook and clean, and y'all, I can't cook, and I'm real
Wait a
real
minute.
messy.
No, you can cook.
I choose not to cook, and I'm real messy.
No, she can cook. Just saying.
I mean, I can, I just don't want to. I'd rather go to the office all day and
No,
order
she's
some
not.
Postmates.
She's not going to stay home and take care of the kids.
No, not
now,
happening.
but yeah,
Janette,
she can cook.
technically same question, but as a white female, what is your preference? Do you date outside the race? What's your preference?
are you white?
I'm very white, to be
She's
honest.
Polish.
I'm Polish. My parents are immigrants from Poland. They experienced the Holocaust. The whole 9 yards.
Is that
So
right?
when they came here into the States, it was like a total culture shock for them.
Right.
So for me, even though my parents really didn't raise me this way, I'm pansexual. I like either you're woman, male, black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever. I like the person. Like if I get along with you and your personality and we just mesh, then I'm good with that.
Okay.
I don't see color. I don't see race. I don't see gender. Like, I like who I like.
So if she's hot,
Oh yeah, I'll point it out in a minute. This
Right.
bitch right here is hot as fuck.
We've never hooked up for the record.
No, we have not. So I don't usually mingle with friends. So I'm just saying.
What was your first having that outlook? What was your first experience like with a female?
Actually, it was in the last few years.
Okay.
I was married for 20 years, 2 different men. I always felt like I had to fit that stereotype. Never could explore, never could be me. And after my second marriage, the last 6 years, I became me. I became comfortable, met a few women, explored what my desires have always wanted to be. Like, it's just something that I don't mind. Sexuality to me is enjoying it and whatever pleasures somebody. I'm not going to judge. Like, so if I like something, you don't, then okay, let's just move on. And so a couple of years ago, I had an experience with a woman and I enjoyed it. And then we invited somebody else in, and now
Have a damn old party.
is that an everyday thing for me? No. Like, I'm gonna be blunt, dick. Like, Dick for me is,
Who doesn't?
yeah, I'm just saying. Well,
I
apparently
like to
lesbians don't.
Do not?
Men do not like dick, apparently. Not all of them.
Some
But, like,
some of them like.
like,
Lot.
I couldn't,
Some men prefer dick.
Yeah.
I couldn't just get off on a woman. Like, no. I
I'm just saying.
need dick, and I can't have just a dildo. Like, I need the real thing. Like, yeah.
Right.
So.
You're using your dildo wrong if it's not getting you off.
Speaking of dildo.
It's not real. Like, you've got to have it. No.
So there's a thing with like people that have like bullets and vibrators and stuff like that.
Oh, I have a Hitachi wand. Like, that's my
And that's where I'm
Should I
going
know
with
what that is?
Where I'm going with that.
Everybody would know what that is.
Where I'm going with that is like it's kind of like spoils a woman, you know, after a while because it's so intense and it can really get
It's
you
not
there.
the same thing. It is not the same thing.
I'm a sex toy ambassador. So I just signed a contract. I am an official ambassador for Vush.
Okay.
Which is all about like women empowerment and self-love.
So let's talk about
Hold on. Let me finish that part.
No, she's talking. We
I'm
talking
saying
about
she was
it.
telling you about her ambassadorship when you
Bro, you didn't have to say anything. Let her go.
You cut her off.
Bro, I'm letting her go. Go
I
ahead.
appreciate the prompt. So it's a company that approached me and asked me if I wanted to endorse this product, and it's a clitoral suction device. And I have a young daughter who's a teenager, and so the first question once I got this offer was, I've got to talk to my kid, because like I don't want to scar her for life. You know, I'm going out on social media, I'm going out in the public and endorsing this product, and how is she going to feel about it? And so we had the conversation. She kind of said that she was okay with it. You know, no, I think that's cool, Mom. And a lot of it was because as we kept having the conversation, as I kept having that conversation with myself, I was like, what are people gonna think? What's my mom gonna think? You know, what's the world gonna think about me endorsing this product?
Who cares?
And that's exactly it. There's so much shame around female self-pleasure and like the female orgasm and toys and things like that. And if you have toys that you're using with a man in a partnership, that's a different story. But if you're using it for yourself, we're supposed to be ashamed and we're supposed to be scared. And
If you can't pleasure yourself, how is a man gonna pleasure you?
Right, if you can't love yourself. So I think as I kept having this internal dialogue, the more I fought myself on it, the more I realized that it was important to accept the opportunity. And my audience and you know has been very supportive. And I was so scared when I launched my first, you know, promotional ad, and everyone just came back and was like, hell yeah, we do it too. Tell me what's the name of that again.
So how does that work? The clitoral suction device.
Give us
Sucks the clit?
It provides gentle clitoral suction. Yeah. So
it like it swells. I mean, it swells.
it has.
It's like the pussy pump. Like when you put the pussy pump on there, and it's like engorges.
I don't know what that is.
So this is just for the clit, not for
It's got like a little bitty hole, like the size of like a pencil eraser,
right.
that has like, you know, suction, and there's like different levels of suction, and you just hold it on your
Is it like manual where you pump it?
No, it's like USB, waterproof, rechargeable. It's very fabulous.
Oh,
yeah.
We get in the tub with that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take it in the bathtub with you.
Okay.
I haven't tried that, but yeah, and it gets the job done not only very effectively, but very quickly. Oh yeah, try it all the time. It's super quiet.
So I stayed at the night
So how
last
hard
night,
did
and
you
she
try?
was putting
You
up
tried?
toys last.
I was gonna
she
say
was putting up
it
toys
lives
last night. when
under
I
the pillow. I have a king size bed, so it just lives under the
my
pillow.
my wand lives on the passenger
And then
side.
she was coming to spend the night, so it's been a while since anyone's been in my bed for the night. So once she got there, I had to do like the sweep of the bed and take out like the remotes and the sex toys and like put them where they belong.
So how was that conversation with, you know, your daughter's 13.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be, you know, you have to have that conversation
Yeah.
at some point. So how does that, did you have the,
We had already had the sex talk more than once. I try to keep it as an open line of communication. I really don't want her to Google anything.
Right.
It scares me to death because I just feel like that's where you go down this rabbit hole of having unrealistic expectations of your body, of your sexuality, of your orgasm, right? You watch porn and you see these flawless,
skinny,
physically perfect women screaming their minds off, and then you have sex for the first time, whether with yourself or a partner, and it's nothing like that. And then you're like, I'm broken. And like, that's the absolute worst thing, and I don't ever want her to have that. So I'd rather her be able to come to me. So we had already had that conversation. It was really funny because when I talked to her about the toy, we had seen a comedian a couple months ago who was talking about a similar device, and she was talking about squirting. And so my daughter.
Let me ask you this: squirting is peeing, it?
No.
No.
All right, go.
So, but funny enough, you should say that because my daughter, when I talked to her about the toy, she was like, "Is that the one that makes you pee yourself?" So at least she had some frame of reference that this toy was somehow different. Not that she even really knows what toys are. She knows that toys exist. Again, she's 13. She doesn't have any. She hasn't seen any of them.
What is squirting?
It is a highly diluted pre-ejaculate.
Pee.
No.
Oh, okay.
It comes
No,
it comes out from a different area.
Yeah, you have different holes, so it doesn't come from that.
So what's the other hole that it comes out of? We
Your
know what
actual
It comes out of your
vagina.
vagina, yeah.
I watch a lot of porn, right?
Look,
And
I didn't.
I haven't watched it all that up close.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
And all the times I've seen squirting.
No, but you've got to remember, not all women's urine is clear.
Mine's really not. I'm very dehydrated.
Like, so if you were to make a woman squirt and it's yellow, then yeah, she's peeing. But any squirting that I've seen has been very clear.
I also wonder
And
in
from its own
porn if there aren't people who are just randomly peeing on somebody and pretending it's squirt because, like, no, we'll just sell it this as
I'll be
this.
honest with you.
No,
I
but
actually
you
had
like
that
see
thought
the shit
myself.
coming out of them, so they can't like just pee on them.
They can. You don't know where it's coming from.
Like it, yeah, you can. if
I haven't watched. I've never.
I
seen
watch enough porn, so,
I've
like,
never
okay.
seen a porn
Okay, so
that up
you
close.
know-
I'm a very avid porn
Right.
watcher.
Right.
Okay, well, having that thought, what's your favorite type of porn?
Right now, it's massage.
Right? Because you go
now.
through
Yeah,
phases.
no,
oh
I
my
do.
god,
Oh my God.
all the time.
What
So
is it?
I've gone from right now. It's like massaging, like massages that lead into erotic massaging.
So you like the storyline, how it leads up to whatever.
Some, but I do skip forward until like
Yeah.
you know, just the massaging of the boobs and shit doesn't get it for me. Like you got to be rubbing the clit and like
Yes.
But I
around
thought,
it.
I thought the tits were like a direct connection to the.
It's in
wetness of
conjunction
the-
with it.
Not
Right.
always. Not everyone's.
For me,
not everyone's
like-
boobs are super sensitive.
But if I'm riding and you're sucking, like that just turns me on.
what does that have to do with massage?
But yeah, that ends up not into a massage. So
Went a
like,
whole sideways. No, but I have the same thing. I go through phases with porn where I'm like really into a certain kind of category.
and then the rabbit hole comes up, and you're like, how the fuck
Yeah,
did I
and then
get
you
here?
find
But it's
this-
kind of
yeah,
like,
you're like,
Rabbit hole,
oh.
what's that?
No,
like
you go.
it goes suggested ones, and you're like,
Yes, and then you're like,
What is
I had
this?
no
Oh,
idea. I wanted to
they're
watch
like,
this.
oh, you might like
and
this.
you're like, wait a minute, I
This
don't know
lady
about
massaging
like
her.
pole pole
Right.
shit, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, but that looks kind of interesting, and the guy's getting it done, so I'm like,
Veronica, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened during sex for you?
Oh, I don't even know.
You can't quit.
The what?
You can't quit.
oh, that's
Oh,
never
that's
been
not-
an issue for me.
Well, oh,
Yeah.
that's definitely been. I don't even know.
Has
That's
that
been.
not ever happened?
I dated a guy for over a year that couldn't last, but
I know this one.
maybe like 60 seconds, like the whole with condoms
A
and
year?
everything. Or like, yeah, I was the second. He had been married.
You had a side dude.
No, I didn't. It's
Not all women
surprisingly-
can though.
No, and surprisingly,
You
he.
talking about the dude?
Yeah, but I could come. It worked. Collectively, it worked. He did his, he did his pre-work.
So
Right.
yeah.
He was doing his due
Foreplay?
diligence. A lot of
Oral.
foreplay.
So you like oral?
A lot. Well, when it's done right.
Yeah.
No, it worked.
So is that how you were surviving on the oral?
No, I mean I could get off with him. I could get off with him if I was like turned on enough before we did it.
Right. So that 60 seconds doesn't matter. You could get it in 60 seconds.
Oh, I can't, which is very uncommon, but I can. I'm a very all or nothing. Like either I'm going to come very quickly or I'm not going to come at all.
Really?
Yeah. Like if it's been like 3 minutes and I'm not off yet, we're not getting anywhere tonight.
So that means you're probably like all night then.
No,
Really?
I'm a cheap date and an easy lay.
You said cheap date, easy lady. That's outstanding.
So what's the, in conjunction with that, so you're saying, okay, for a year you were able to stick in that relationship. I mean, were you satisfied?
I was
enough?
very satisfied. Yeah.
That emotional satisfaction or?
I-
hold on.
That dude had money, didn't
You are making a lot of
You are
noise.
making a lot of noise, dude. Come on.
he? Special effects.
He may have been an anesthesiologist.
He
What
was
did
a
that
what?
have to do with?
He just said he made a lot of money, didn't he?
Oh, okay.
Did not hurt the situation.
But
and he
she
was
never-
Asian, so again, I
But
did
you
all,
never.
I did all races.
She never.
Yes.
And
He
he
had
had
on
a
Michael
decent.
Reeves?
No.
No, he had a decent.
How do you know? How do you know?
We don't share notes.
Now, obviously, she knows something.
No, he was half Chinese and half
Janette,
Italian.
How do you know he has a decent size or whatever?
Best friends talk
We
about
share,
everything.
yeah.
I'm like,
Okay,
yeah.
so you saw his,
We-
you saw his
we-
pictures?
I don't have any photos, but now I described it in
No,
great
maybe
detail.
some others, but not his.
So is that a conversation legitimately, you guys?
It's
when y'all
almost
get
one of the
together?
first conversations.
Have you ever shared a guy?
No. Oh, we so did.
You damn
Did
sure
we?
did. Y'all
Yes.
damn sure did.
Wait a minute,
Tell us.
Oh
where?
God, what's his name? We both worked with him. He probably still works with you.
Tell us about
And he
him.
lives in Maine. Not well, we didn't share it.
Oh,
we
no,
just
no,
happened
no,
to have
no.
sex with the same guy. Just
Not at the same time.
It just
No.
kind of happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't
Well,
work there
I
anymore.
went to tell her, oh my God, and then I told her, I was
She's
like, oh my
like,
God, I
yeah,
totally
yeah,
hooked up
I've
with
been
so and so. And she was like, yeah, I've been there, done
He was
that.
sexy though. He just had to get.
No, not really.
No.
I don't know what
He
the
talked-
fuck
I don't
it
know
was.
what it was.
Like, he was just really smart. It wasn't even like he was sexy or had this shit
That
like.
made him sexy. That did make him sexy.
Well, how did it happen though? I mean, I don't understand.
He
How did
came
it-
down for business trips and be like, you want to meet for drinks? And of course, a few drinks lead to other things.
Same.
And so, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
let's
mouth
not-
game was pretty good.
Yeah. Hit it from the back.
And he was married.
Yes, he was married.
Poor wife.
Well, it's
Yeah, hold
no,
up.
it's no
Now,
obligation.
Here's the question with that. So he, like, even with him being married, and he told you guys up front, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that was, not saying it was
That's
cool,
on
but
him.
That's on him.
Yeah.
So when you hear, what?
I was given one of those very bullshit, like,
We're on the rocks.
I'm very miserable and I'm about to leave her, but my poor child.
Yep, that's what I've heard too.
But
But
did you care? Realistically, did you care about his story?
Well, I mean, did I know his story was bullshit?
Yeah, I mean, literally, did you,
I
or did you
mean,
care
I think-
one way or another?
I think especially now, this was years ago, so I think the person I am now knows that anytime I hear a story like that, that story is going to be bullshit. I think in the moment at the time, like, I was going through some shit. I had gotten cheated on in my last relationship, and here was this nice, smart guy that I work with, that I know, that I have a lot of rapport with, who's going through the same thing. His wife is cheating on him, so oh my gosh, and like, he's just lonely, and he just wants to go get some Mexican food and margarita. Who am I to deny
That's
it?
how it always happens.
Right?
He's
Like
so
margaritas.
lonely. He's friendly.
Goddamn
That's
tequila.
when he gets in tequila.
See, why is everybody always like tequila?
I don't do
It's a
tequila.
I
nasty-
don't do tequila either. Tequila makes me very feisty.
Right.
Is that a good feisty or
I don't know what
a
tequila
sensitive
does to
feisty?
me.
I have gotten aggressively feisty on people, but also not. Again, I think there are certain liquors that have certain different effects on me, and I think tequila is one of those. And it's not even necessarily that it makes me horny, but like tequila definitely makes me like unleash in a lot
What
of
makes
ways.
you horny?
Pot and vodka.
Hot. vodka.
Pot, marijuana.
Oh, but it's not
Oh,
legal here, so
marijuana
I don't know
vodka
anything
makes
about
you-
that.
Yo.
Sorry.
Marijuana and vodka makes you horny.
If you give me marijuana and vodka, I'm taking a nap.
So what makes you horny then?
Wine, red wine. There's
Red
two.
wine?
So there's
Gives
two.
me a headache.
Red wine, I'm either like unable to be satisfied, horny, or I cry.
Is it the wine or is it the?
I think it's the sugar.
The
And
sugar.
I think it's the sugar because
And,
red wine.
is it also like the seductive nature of I'm drinking red wine?
No, because I can
No.
drink by myself on the sofa out of a solo cup.
I
It
think
don't have to be
it. I think
fancy.
it depends on the strand of wine, where it was made.
Just call it strand. It's not marijuana.
That's what she's thinking about. She's thinking about wine. But I do.
Wine doesn't come in strands. I'm
It really
fairly
does.
certain.
It really does.
I'm not a
You talking about
vintner, is that what they're called?
the grape,
With sommelier?
where it was grown at. You
Like-
talking about the vineyard, and all of that. I got you. I'm over here with you. I got you. All right, I'm right with you. I know where you at.
No, but I do think that like mixing up your alcohol tends to have different effects on
Yeah.
you, so you can build up a tolerance to certain kinds of alcohol. And
Don't
so
mix beer,
mixing
wine,
it up.
don't mix your hard liquors and your wine.
Well, that too, but I think that just switching it, like when you change your shampoo, your hair feels softer, like when you use a new shampoo. And it's the same thing with alcohol. You drink a new kind of alcohol and it's again not even necessarily the way you drink it. It's just like I said, wine has a lot more sugar in it. I drink vodka typically and I drink it with soda water or with sugar-free type mixers. So I think your body metabolizes that alcohol differently and it makes me cry or it makes me real horny.
So, sexually, being,
Red
you know,
wine.
sexually, when you talk about drinking This dude. But sexually, when you talk about drinking red wine or drinking the vodka, is that like something that, I won't say that you need, or is that something that gives you that next step? Or are you naturally aggressive when it comes to men?
I think we're both naturally aggressive when it comes to.
We intimidate men.
Do you ever take the dick?
What do you mean? Like just lay there and take it?
No.
Push it down and
No.
that's my shit and I'm gonna.
My dick.
Right. They're not giving it to you like you want it, or they're hesitant about
Yeah.
having sex with you, but you like, yo, I'm ready to get this motherfucker. Do you just like, have you ever aggressively like, yo, we need to fuck and you need to, I'm gonna
Oh, I know we both
that.
initiated sex.
I tend to be, I tend to be the less
I guess that's the more
aggressor.
palatable way of saying it. That's where I'm
I tend
going.
to be the less aggressor. I like a dominant man.
Well,
But if I
yeah.
have to, like, on top, like I'm owning that shit. Like I'm.
And he's not undressed, and you're ready to go.
He's not what?
Undressed.
He's not undressed,
It
and
did
you're
sound
ready,
like
you're,
you
ready,
were
you're,
undressed.
ready, you're ready to get it
Yeah,
on.
no,
Please don't have sex with anyone underdressed.
Do
not hold a gun to anyone's head. Fuck me
you
now.
going like, yo, we need to go
Oh
ahead
yeah,
and
no,
do
I'm
this.
taking that shit off. Like
You're
yeah.
gonna take it off on
Yeah.
him, and like
If
yo,
I'm ready
this-
to go.
That's
this
like a
needs
very
to-
sexy thing. Let me tell you, it's been a long, dry summer,
Hold on.
y'all.
Look, I'm gonna ask you this
It wasn't a hot girl
question
summer in
before you
2020?
get to that. Just this question, and then get back to that. Quarantine has come and shit has been messed up for a lot of people. How have you gotten through? Next, say what you were about to say, but follow it up with that. How did you get through the quarantine season? Go ahead.
It's been a long, dry quarantine. I can't remember what was I about to
Dry
say.
for real.
Answer that question and fall back on.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna say, but no. So yeah, quarantine has been very for me. I think your experience has been a little different. I was dating somebody going into quarantine, going into COVID, and we broke up in a lot of ways because of what was happening with COVID, and we had very different kind of quarantine plans and approaches and beliefs about what was happening. And it has been a very long, dry summer, and I did meet somebody that I dated for a few weeks and was able to, have sex and be intimate and have all of that. But for the most part, there's been a lot of self-love happening in my neck of the woods.
Self-love.
How was
There's been a
that?
lot of clit sucking
How was that mentally though?
Clip
Like
sucking.
when you talked about
How you self-love with clips up?
with the toy.
how was that? But how was that first experience? Because with COVID, a lot of people get a little paranoid. You think
No, so I think at that point I had already, it was somebody I had been talking to for a while and I had gone on a couple dates with in person, so we had already been physical without having sex, we had already kissed and things like that would have already exposed me to COVID. And I don't know that I have that much fear about getting COVID, right?
Not till you get it.
Right? Amen, preach on. But no, but I think, you learn things about a person, about what their habits are and how safe they're being and just, and talking to them. And are they sending you a selfie from the grocery store and are they wearing their mask? Or are they sending you a selfie from the gas station and they're not wearing a mask, or they're wearing their mask under their nose because they think it's funny? So, you get to have those indicators, or they're out all the time and they're sending you messages and letting you know where they are, and then you're like, okay, this person's not staying home that much. They've exposed themselves. It's not to say that they have it, but it's a greater risk. I mean, it's the same thing with no matter what, there's always a risk to having sex and intimacy with somebody,
Right.
even if you're kissing them, right?
I got a question after that.
Go ahead.
No, and I was going to ask the next question I was going to ask and everything. And just FYI, none of the extra footage, you're not going to see all that in there, all this talk. Anyway, raw or condom? What's your preference?
He's
Damn,
looking
y'all
at
did-
you.
Okay, so I was gonna say I actually have very little preference about it, and I know it's obviously very different for men. And the interesting thing is, women can feel the difference. Like it totally feels different. Like I've heard men say, like, well, it feels the same for you, so I know you don't care. So obviously, you want me to wear a condom.
I feel like I'm allergic to latex.
Well, you might
It
actually.
dries
That's a
me
real
up.
thing.
Like, it dries me
That's
up.
That's a legitimate thing. I had my roommate in college
I
had
had
to
the wrong,
use
sorry.
like lambskin condoms because she was allergic to latex,
Yeah.
and she was
But don't the
studying to be a
joints like
veterinarian.
break? Don't they like break though?
What?
With lambskin?
Late-
Oh, I don't know. I've never used that. So, I don't know. I tend to Like, I have had relationships, I dated a guy for over a year and we used a condom the whole time. My ex-husband and I, after we got pregnant and had our daughter, used condoms all the time with other backup birth control, right? So I have had serious long-term relationships where a condom were like normal. I don't have sex without a condom until I'm in a like serious monogamous relationship, and I'm not that type of person who's like, go take an STD test and give me the results. I feel like if you get to that point in your relationship, you should be able to trust your partner enough to say, do you know that you're clean? And if you've had sex with somebody unprotected between the last time you had a test and now, you need to go take care of that and look at those test results and let me know. And I've dated people who have told me like, I'm not clean.
So Janet likes it raw.
Janet.
You like
Really?
you like con.
Janet?
So Janet and Rebecca show. Hey y'all.
What's up?
Sometimes we like it raw. Ooh, tight. God,
Aren't those raps?
what?
Never mind.
I'm just saying. No, I mean it's a real question though, because
Well,
you know,
for
when
me,
you-
I don't need birth control.
Only reason that
You say I
question
don't
arises, and this
I
is
don't
this is,
need birth control.
This is a real thing on that. Only reason that question arises and everything, people might think, okay, he's asking some slutty ass questions and shit like. But
You
it's
say
like,
slutty ass?
No, but people are not
slutty,
real
raw.
about it.
No, it's real because when you're out there in the world and everything, you get in certain type of situations and everything. You may not necessarily,
You're saying
especially if you're in the heat.
if you get in the
of it,
heat of the moment,
Right.
you don't have a condom.
you know.
I'm not 19 years old anymore, and I shouldn't be having sex with a 19-year-old. So if you can't calm yourself down and get by
But
with a
let's just think about
blowjob,
that.
we have bigger problems. We
Two
don't need
people,
to be in a
that are in the
relationship.
heat of the moment, they be like, fuck that shit. I'm hot as hell. I'm like, look, this shit is going down.
Oh, see,
Regardless.
no, I can't die. I'm a single mom. So
Well,
I can't get AIDS. I can't, like, there are things that, like, and to be clear, not that it's never happened in my life, right? But
One
I'm
night stand.
just,
One night stand.
oh yeah. So, well, actually, I don't know that I've ever really had a one night stand. I've had like 2 one night stands, and then I recycled them like a year later.
What do you mean?
Well, so they wouldn't be a one night stand. I called
Is that
them
the only
my
reason why you did it?
dick
You
on a
recycled
stick.
it because I don't
it
want
wasn't
to be.
the only reason, but it didn't hurt. Girls, certainly, we do that. You don't want to like raise your number. So you're like, okay, I'm horny, and I don't want to be in a relationship right
Who
now,
doesn't?
but I want to
What
be
do you
with a
mean you don't
man.
want to raise your number? Like your body count?
Yeah, like the number of people you slept with. So you're like, I can recycle
Is that a thing
one.
where y'all like conscious of that?
I don't even know my number. I'm not even
That's a
going there.
thing.
Oh, 100%.
That's really
100%.
No.
no over here, yes over there.
Oh yeah.
Try to
No,
keep
I don't
body
even
count
know
down.
I don't know my
I
count.
don't give a damn.
No. I like sex.
And there are people
like
though.
sex.
I
Again,
like sex.
Oh, like that.
There are people.
I can
even-
disconnect. Like I can
Right.
have no feelings. Like I can just
in
move on.
saying that, so when you say disconnect, a lot of times this is very different for women. And I can't speak about all women, we're just talking about
29,
for average.
29, 20.
So for most women, for a lot of women, it's the emotional part.
Mm-hmm.
That's important to them with sex. Just even to, if you want to have sex with them, it has to be some emotional. How is it that you're able to disconnect? Like, I'm just asking because,
For me, it's an open dialect with a person.
okay.
If I know that it's not going anywhere, I know it's just sex. Like I can connect during the time, but after that, I have to turn it off.
Then why wouldn't you just like recycle an old dick that you've already used?
Well, sometimes it can be, but like, a first time, I'm not gonna get attached to them.
When you say recycle,
And what do you mean by old dick? What is that?
well,
That's like somebody you
What's that
slept
mean?
with that you know is not a viable partner, someone you're not going to be in a relationship with, but you thought that they were a potential partner, so you've slept with them
Right.
at some
Or,
point
or
in the
you've
past.
either both decided that we're not compatible enough to be in
Yeah.
a relationship, but we're good fucks, and we're just,
So then, you know.
Oh, so he likes.
or they're in
fucking.
different places than you are. You're ready, they're not
Yes.
ready, what have you. Like,
so the
just that
the
understanding.
thought of
That's interesting.
So the reality of being upfront is really important. When it
Yes.
comes to, a man approaches you. be
honesty,
upfront.
respect, candor for me. Tell me what it is.
So what?
Don't
so-
bullshit me because
Yeah,
I'm
I
sick
think
of
I
that
agree.
shit.
I would rather, like, if I'm on a dating profile, I'd rather a guy approach me and be like, I'm not interested in a relationship.
wanna fuck you.
yeah, I just think you're cute and I want to get it on.
Let's get a dinner.
I'd
and
rather
fuck.
hear that than me,
Oh,
like,
I love you and
Yeah.
I want, to have babies with
So-
you and marry you.
So that could draw you in.
Yeah,
the
being very
honesty,
candid.
absolutely, yeah.
And it drives men into me. Like, I can be very candid and be like, I just thought you were cute. You want to hook up? Like,
And not always,
they're
I
like,
think
fuck yeah. Like, okay.
It
let's go.
depends what stage you're in. A few months ago, or actually I take it back, it was like actually a year ago, I remember talking to somebody and just saying like, I want nothing more than to be held. I was like, I don't even want to be in a relationship, like I don't need to get laid.
They actually have people that do
I
that.
have heard
like, we're gonna
since
start charging for
cuddle parties, but like that was what I was like yearning for, was that type of the physical connection, right? Like I didn't need
Is that
the
a thing? You've been
Yeah.
to one of those?
no,
No,
I'd
no,
love
no.
to, but it exists. It's something you can buy.
And that's all you do is just like cuddle and
Apparently, yes, you like hire somebody, like instead of like a
That's like-
prostitute, but like,
That's like old. That's like some Super Tease type stuff going on.
I mean, maybe. But it's that was what I was yearning at that point in my life. Like I
Somebody
wasn't.
fucking in the cuddle party.
Cuddling always
because
ends
that's
up
the
fucking,
thing.
but this thing
Straight up.
was like legit just cuddles.
But it's like
you never
I can
got-
get myself off, right? So like I
Yeah.
didn't need a man for that. I wasn't like I just wanted to like somebody to hold me and make me just like
that energy,
yeah,
like
yeah,
just that
skin
warmth.
to
But here's
skin
the question
Nothing
behind
like-
that though. So isn't that still emotional? So the
That's
emotional-
completely emotional. That's what I'm saying. Like, but that was all I wanted, and I probably could have gotten off from that. Like literally, just from like maybe not gotten off, but I could have gotten real excited just by like somebody spooning me, just
So how
so.
would that? Well, how would that work?
You could've came
if,
from
if
just-
he.
I mean, probably real close.
If he's
I
excited-
have.
Damn.
But I'm pretty sure if
That's
he's
crazy.
excited laying in the bed with you, how would you
I
want
like
to
it.
balance that out?
Well, when I eventually found the person to spoon me, I did end up dating him for a year and having
Right.
lots and lots of sex with him. But I mean, that's the thing too. Realistically, like
Ooh, give me
at that point in my life, like that was what I needed. That was the hole that I had
I
in
could have
my.
spooned you.
I know you are a good spooner. She is.
You spoon?
Janette and I share a bed
I'm a
whenever.
big spoon.
Yeah, whenever we spend the night.
That's really nice.
Even when we go on vacation together, no matter how the rooms are organized, we usually end up in the same bed together.
Oh, that's nice.
The besties are for
Yeah.
y'all.
Let's talk about let's get a little professional. You guys,
Let's.
literally.
There's no professionalism.
You guys,
No.
you guys are professional
Whatsoever.
women.
Yes.
You know, you guys,
None.
you have good jobs. How does that work when you see in terms of men? Are they intimidated by you? Being in the positions that you're in, or is it
Yeah.
easy for them to talk to you, or is it hard?
I have a lot of guys that tell me they're intimidated by me. I'm independent, I'm a single mother. I don't need a man. I just want a man.
You a white woman,
I'm a white woman.
like nigga dudes be like, damn.
And I've got ass.
And you got
hips.
ass.
Like, yeah, like it's,
They be
I mean,
like-
I feel like I'm
They be like,
I'm
yo.
very proportionate.
You like, yo, I like that.
Pretty much. Mm. I'm gonna hurt you in a minute. Take his drink away from him, like.
Yeah, sure, right there, you just cut it off.
I'm just talking to you. I'm just
Right.
No,
I'm
and
just saying.
I have heard that though before too. I've definitely heard, not necessarily that I'm intimidated by you, but what I have heard is like,
I've heard
well,
that like 5
you
times.
make it out like you don't even need me, and then it's like, but I don't. But from my perspective, I'm like, that should excite you. The fact that I actually don't need you at all, and I actually want you.
Right.
Thank you.
No.
Let's suck that one back in.
Let's mess up my photo. Mess up my joint. There you go. Now that's perfect. Right there.
But no, from my perspective, like if somebody came to me and said, I don't need you, but I want you, like that would be so much more flattering to me than, oh, I'm this like, I need you.
That's more genuine to me. Like
100%. I find that where I am, it's actually a hindrance, not necessarily to me because other people are intimidated by me. I expect people to bring it, right? So when I look at other individuals, it's very challenging for me to not look at myself and say I've achieved this level of success professionally, and like I've got my shit together to some degree. So my shit's all kinds of not together in a lot of ways, but I expect that out of somebody else, right? And so it to me limits my
equally yoked.
Sure.
And that is very
You know,
hard to
I
find.
have a problem with that.
How?
When people talk about equally yoked and all
And
that,
it doesn't have to be financially, it's
I
mentally.
don't believe in anyone being equally yoked.
What does this expression mean?
Okay,
Explain this to
equally
me.
yoked can be very loosely used as well. So
Okay.
for me, equally yoked is a professional man. I'm a professional woman.
But wouldn't equally just be equal? So you're
Right.
saying equally yoked
You're
for
still,
that's
you're
underlying-
still,
that's underlying
no, no, no,
conversation
no.
of it.
But you're still going to be
It's like,
individuals
yo,
as
we're
humans.
comparable to each other, and
No,
we're,
no, no,
we're
no.
equal.
So this is like your
Right.
equal yoke though, but like what if
Right.
I'm a waitress? Is this self to be a professional man?
No. If
I'm a waitress.
if you're a
but I work at
waitress,
Magic
you're
City,
going to
you can
have,
too.
you know, if you're making 20 grand a year, find you a man that makes 20 grand a year. Don't be marrying that $1 million man.
Why not?
Right, why not?
Why
See,
doesn't
that's
why doesn't she
the
deserve
problem.
that? Why
That's the
doesn't he
problem.
deserve her?
That's the
From
problem
a
with
woman standpoint that makes up to 6 figures, it's difficult to find a man to date that makes 40 grand.
No, so what I find with the pay disparity is that specific to that.
And mentality though.
No, but specific to that point, well, there is to some degree, like, you're expected to work overtime, and are they going to understand that, right? If they are working a part-time job flipping burgers. But the bigger thing is when
Or they're digging ditches and you're on
There's-
conference calls
Okay,
and
but
they're
that's
like,
respectable work. What's wrong with
but
digging
no,
a ditch?
they
He's
don't
busting his butt.
No.
He's gonna have some real good muscles.
No, wait a minute.
too.
No, they
Yes.
don't
It's all ripped up and
understand.
he's nice and sweaty.
They don't understand the fact of
He's got a hard hat I can wear.
It's hard and stuff. He's like,
But they don't understand you're mentally tired. Just because they're physically tired doesn't mean you're not
But that doesn't
mentally
mean.
tired.
But you can't assume that they're not going to understand that.
I've been there. I've been with a blue collar man.
But I'm saying some, I'm sure, but you can't generalize and say that every person who works a manual labor job isn't going to understand what a white collar
Majority.
job is like.
Majority.
I think for me, the challenge I've faced in the past is like I bust my butt and I want to go on vacation, or I want to go out to dinner to this fancy new restaurant, and it ends up that if I want to go anywhere, if I want to
You
do
have to
anything,
pay.
I have to pay. And that's where I find that, or then they start telling you they don't want to go out, and you're like, why doesn't he want to go out with me? And it's because he's ashamed or embarrassed that he can't afford to take me
Exactly.
there, that I'm the one who's going to have to foot the bill. So you end up, it can work for a short amount of time, but I think in the long run there is that imbalance where it's different. And I think for women it's often different because when you see that pay disparity in men and women, there are often children involved, and that woman is often the mother of his children. And then it's different because she has the job of being a mother. She has the job of raising the children, and that
I've been there.
excuses her from having that pay discrepancy with him.
That's right.
Right? So you don't necessarily see that the other way around. So
Well, I guess it goes to what she said when what she desires, being equally yoked, because what you just said is kind of to her credit is what she's saying. Like, okay, if he can't afford to take me, you're saying, okay, you want to go to this restaurant, he's not going to spend $300 on a meal. He can't do it.
Like, I want to order what I want to order, and I can cover it. But usually the men feel very intimidated by that. Like, I
I'm
want
not.
to take you out.
Take me out. I'm just saying.
Let's go.
and take it out.
But I mean, it does bring up a very good question. So, if you're in a relationship and you do make the money, is there a part of you that feels like I have to be somewhat submissive to balance the relationship?
No. No, absolutely not. I'm not going to be submissive. I'm not going to change me for anyone. But I do teeter roles. Like, even in my work area, I can be a leader when I need to be, and I can be a follower. I'm very diverse.
I'm not. I am a very dominant personality.
Oh,
but
yes.
the interesting thing is in bed is the one place where I feel like and not even just in bed, let's say, right? But like I feel like I make so many decisions all day, every day. Again, I'm a single mom. I have a high stress professional
That's why
career.
a lot of professional
You
men
let
like
go.
to be
You let go.
BDSMs.
I don't even want to decide what the fuck we're having for dinner. I just want to say I'm hungry and you fucking make
Right.
food appear in front of me, please. God, someone make a decision for me because I've made 300 today and I can't make another decision. And then when we go upstairs to go to bed, I literally just want to lay there. I want to be such a bad, lazy fuck. And I want you to blow my mind. And I'm
It
okay
doesn't-
making more
it
money
doesn't-
if that's going to
it
work out
doesn't
like
work
that.
that way,
So,
though, for me. Like,
you say
I,
a bad, lazy fuck. So are we saying that we are not moving?
No.
We are just
No, what she's saying is, I'm tossing
Flip
you
my
around.
ass.
I'm tossing
Push
you
my
around.
ass
I'm
up
moving
and
you.
like-
I'm doing all this stuff. I'm very aggressive.
Yes.
I'm very aggressive. I'm moving you.
Yeah.
I'm putting you in a position.
To me,
so I'm
that's
like,
just
look,
the
you right
dominant
here.
man.
I'm pushing your back down where it's up
Yes.
like that. I'm
If
doing
you
all
don't
of
know
that.
how to put your back down,
That's
you're
where
not
you
doing
at.
it right.
Yes,
Like,
I want to be told
I feel
what,
you. I
when,
feel you.
how,
That's all right.
etc. And it's not to say that every once in a while I'm not just like, okay, like I'm gonna drive this bus for a minute, right? Like I'm gonna jump on top. Like I want what I want and I know how I'm gonna get there tonight.
You got you on
But
top.
for the most part, like yeah, that's again, it's one of those places domestically. I like other people making certain decisions for me
Right.
because I have to make so many decisions in my professional career that at the end of the day, it's like I'm exhausted. My
Let go
brain,
at
I just
some
want
And
to
point.
turn
again,
it off.
from your
Hey,
blue
look,
collar
give
to-
me what
to
I
white
need.
collar.
Huh?
Give me what I need.
Yeah.
Right.
Just and I think that's part of having a good partner and is that person's being in tune with
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
and knowing
I
that
totally
like
agree with you.
you know, oh, she's been texting me all day and telling me that she's been in back-to-back meetings and she had this negotiation today and I know she's going to be exhausted and you know and it
He
can
needs to
be
be like,
pleasurable
I'm-
for both of you, right? It's not that he's necessarily just servicing me, but it's just like I need you to drive this bus today.
Yeah,
I'm very much like a passenger.
I'm gonna tie you up tonight, and you just and
Do
you ain't gonna
it.
be able to do anything anyway. I'm gonna tie
Yes.
you. I'm
Just
gonna tie
no
you
gag
up.
balls.
No, those don't work for me.
No, I don't do gag balls.
Okay,
My jaw
okay.
lock. But
All right.
okay.
Interesting. Gag balls.
Yeah, we're not doing gag balls.
What's the problem with gag balls? You brought it
I
up.
have
so-
TMJ and my jaw will lock up.
Well, you got
No,
gag-
you know what happens?
What's going on? What do you say?
A gag
Why are you
ball.
asking him?
Like when,
What is that?
like a ball
Tendonitis
gag?
of the jaw, and it will.
What's a ball gag or what's a whatever she said?
What,
TMJ?
Whatever he asked.
He asked, you like ball gags? A ball gag is like it's a ball on like a strap.
Like no.
Oh, that joint?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Why are you asking that question?
She said it.
I said it.
Oh, you
I'm
mentioned
not
it.
doing a ball gag. No,
Okay, 'cause
you're not
that's
putting
like-
a ball gag in my mouth.
That's like some serious like porn, like straight up
BDSM.
You know, yeah.
Look,
exactly.
we're both really loud bitches, so I think we've both seen a ball gag or two in our lives. Like guys are like, oh, this is gonna be super sexy, and she'll finally shut the fuck up. No.
No.
No. Also, I think there's a lot of fluid secreting during sex. And I feel like if you have a ball gag in and then your nose starts getting runny and then you can't breathe, and what if you die? I don't want to
Just
die
start
during sex.
slobbering. I don't know what's
I
the
can't
talking about.
breathe.
No.
So what you done?
Okay, so what's the most aggressive thing? This is question both. What's the most aggressive thing you've done in the bedroom?
I don't know, aggressive. I've played with wax. I've been
Aggressive
tied
on
up,
our
we've
end or
been-
aggressive somebody else aggressive?
On your end. We only talking about women. We talking about.
I've been aggressive
That's
towards.
been towards me.
No, that you do towards him.
Oh, like I've pegged a guy before.
Hey, you
That's
pick-
awesome.
I'm just saying.
You know, it's funny when we were talking about what kind of porn. I don't know why, but my porn app keeps suggesting that I would really be into pegging porn, and I wasn't
That's
at
when you
first.
fuck the dude up the ass, right?
But yes,
Yes.
and my porn app keeps suggesting that I'm gonna like it, and lately I'm like, that's not so bad.
There's some.
That can get it done.
I feel like it.
There's some dudes out there they like that,
Apparently.
Yeah,
like it.
and it doesn't mean
Apparently.
they're gay. Like
and it doesn't mean they're
No.
I guess.
like milking.
But you know what?
Okay, hold on.
I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say.
What is milk?
I ain't gonna.
Milking is
It's a hand
when
job.
no,
No,
milking
it's
is
not
when you
like
get
a
in the,
hand job. That is
the
not like a hand
prostate
job.
and you massage the prostate. And
Nah, that's something
That's
totally
ass
different.
fingering.
no, that's massaging the prostate
That
and
is-
milking them.
Ass fingering.
No.
You
That
actually
really
come
sounds
over
the
to
same
the guy.
thing to me.
Ass fingering.
It sounds
Totally ass
Damn.
Y'all need to Google that shit. Like I'm just saying.
Okay.
I had
It's
no
not
idea.
like jamming it there. It's like just rubbing it just enough. Like you know
So you just
the.
treat the dude like a cow.
Apparently. I've never milked a cow or a man. Not it.
But if you had to,
I
I'd
could do
rather
it.
milk the cow.
I could do it for you. So.
you could do it.
Okay,
You done it before.
First of all, I've got to ask you this question.
Damn right. I can tell where you acting right now. You done that shit.
She said she pegged, so I mean she
No,
had to,
she done more than that.
she had to obviously she
Look at her face. She done more than that. She ain't
She had
tell you.
to
She didn't tell
breathe.
you.
She had to breathe the
I am very explorative.
Sport,
So that's how,
Look at her
that's how
face.
it came about. He
Yes.
asked you to do it.
Yes.
Well, hopefully you're not just like, please don't put anything in anybody's body that
No,
they
no,
didn't ask for
no,
ever.
it's very
Men,
consensual.
women, otherwise.
No,
How-
very
how- how-
consensual. You have.
How did he
I'm
act?
very.
How did he act when you made him come?
It was like mind blowing, shaking,
explosive?
and
You
like
was shaking?
yeah,
You was shaking?
like 30 minutes had to be alone.
She wasn't shaking.
Damn, you fucked him up like that?
Yeah.
God damn.
He's like, milk me next.
Yeah.
Moo.
That's extraordinary.
So what's the most,
What's your Netflix extraordinary?
what's the most aggressive thing a man has done to you to make you come?
Her or me?
I ain't
Both.
knocking it.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Question.
I'm just not in that realm. Other people like
I
that.
think for me it was
I don't know.
like pinning me against the wall and like I'm very like neck, ear,
Me too.
orgasm.
Oh, you like aggressive.
We're both
We're both
Leos.
yeah. We're like 3 days apart.
You like aggressive.
I do.
sex.
I liked forceful.
Because I feel like
forcefulness.
strong women like a stronger man in bed.
Yeah.
Like you're used to being the strongest person in the room, and you're like, please, somebody, just like take this responsibility
like
off
I
my
said,
shoulders.
I like dominance. I like to
Right.
be dominated. Now there are times I like to turn the table a little, and I'll tease like on top or whatever. But yeah, I'm very dominant, like submissive in the bedroom.
A rim job goes a long way.
Really? In what way?
Receiving and not giving.
In what way?
That was like, it's not necessarily the most aggressive, but like the strongest orgasm I've ever had has been from a rim job, which was surprising.
Now,
I mean, how does that work though? I don't know.
Somebody, instead of eating your pussy, eats your ass. For all the
That's a rim
time.
job?
Yeah.
A rim
So
job is
eating
like
ass
Just
instead of
like
eating pussy.
licking around your.
Oh, and you know
I'm
what?
not
I
very
never knew
versed
that.
in this, so like I'd have to Google
How
it
the
to
hell
find out
you come from
exactly.
that shit though?
I never knew that. I thought that was just eating ass. I never knew
It's
that.
I thought
eating
that was
ass
eating
does
ass.
some. I think. Well, let me tell you.
So
just let me be
sticking
clear.
the tongue in just a little and going
I
around
almost
is an
wonder-
actual rim.
Well, a little bit
Is
of
a rim job
penetration
only
into
for
the hole
gay
with the
men?
tongue?
Like,
Is that what
is it still a rim job if it's on a woman, or is it ass eating if it's a woman?
No,
I don't know. I'm not.
It's an ass
It's
eating if it's
both.
on a woman or a man.
No, it's
ass.
rim.
Then
If-
what's
if
it's a
you're
rim
sticking-
job?
Damn
If you're
thing.
sticking your tongue in just a little bit, it's a rim job.
Yeah, like nobody needs like a
It's
whole
ass
tongue.
eating.
I thought a
Right.
rim job was.
There's a lot of nerve endings in your anus, apparently, and so the sensation is very strong, and it's.
That's why you use a butt plug during sex.
And it's completely different. A butt plug gives
So-
you a different sensation. A
so-
butt plug gives you a feeling of fullness.
You
that
saw
is
it
different.
in the hole.
in your in
I
the
mean,
butt.
yes, the butt plug
in your
goes-
anus.
yeah.
Like what
That's
you
a
just said, it gives you a feeling of
fullness.
of fullness. Like there's something going on there.
It means no, because then when you have regular vaginal intercourse,
Right.
and you have a butt plug in, there's like less area that the tissue can move, so like it makes your pussy feel tighter.
Really?
But it,
Like your G spot gets hit a little harder.
Yeah, but at the same time, what if I want to slip out and slip in?
Well, you can't. You have to pull the butt plug.
Well, yeah, you pull the plug out.
Oh, that sounds very aggressive. Please don't
He's
pull it
like,
out like that.
You pull it out and you slip in.
That poor girl.
You
Because it's
pull it
already
off
ready.
some-
It's
no,
Maybe like
already
a little
ready.
gentle.
No, you have to pull it softly
Yes,
still.
please.
So
Like
you just
because
kinda
it's in there.
Like this.
Like you have to like just slide it, and
You
it
gotta slide
will
out slow.
push out by itself. Yeah.
Oh, you can push. If it push out by itself, that means you're ready.
That means I
No,
don't
no, not like
That means
rabbit.
the oven's preheated.
Look,
Okay. Let me ask you this. I gotta ask you.
Oh jeez,
I gotta ask you.
this is gonna be interesting.
Okay. I don't really want to ask that. You go ahead.
Oh wait a minute, so y'all know what each other's gonna ask?
But anyway, so the point was that
Have we
But I
had
just
two
thought
at
about
one time?
that. When you
the
said
anus
it.
has a lot of nerve endings, and licking it gently
Yeah, I
and
understand.
teasing it is what?
But my penis is like super swole, and it's like straight up in there, and I'm like banging like
That's
hard
totally
as hell.
well, but that's what I'm saying. Anal sex is very different than something like anal play. Anal play can be very enjoyable for a lot of women.
So what we're talking about is
Anal play.
We wanna talk
Anal
about
sex can be very hurtful for women.
correct.
Very
I heard
painful.
It's not a
If you're
self-lubricating
not
orifice.
if you're not listening to the woman,
Or if you're not ready or experienced in it, then it's a different type
Yeah.
of thing.
like if we say stop, fucking stop.
But you can lick anybody's ass and it's gonna feel good.
here's a question for you.
Okay.
Women,
So
men
coming
are
in the
very
ass is
FOMO
better than
about
coming
that
in the
though.
foot. Should I come?
Sure.
Oh, look, let me ask you this.
No ass play because that means I'm gay.
Look.
That's exactly what men
Pull
think.
out.
I also really
pull
don't
out.
like
Pull outs,
that.
right? Is it better to pull
Why you
out and
pulling
ejaculate
out?
on the pussy or on the back, or is it like on? I mean,
No,
what's,
I
what's
want
the
to feel
best?
that shit throb in me.
Yeah.
You want to
What?
feel that? Y'all can actually feel that shit.
Oh yeah.
Can you feel me clamp down on you?
Sometimes.
Well, not like for me, but
Sometimes.
If you can, then it's.
I can clamp. Like, sorry.
So the ejaculation, y'all want to feel the ejaculation.
I don't even
So
know.
y'all don't want us to pull out.
I
I don't. No, I love feeling comfortable.
No, because either you're wearing a condom and it's gonna catch your semen, or we've reached a point, and I'm on
Where
birth control,
I have-
where you
I
can
have no
come inside
uterus.
of me.
So,
you know,
so, so
like-
to pull it out and ejaculate on your back. or
Every
wherever
once
it
in a while,
If
like
you
you're
wanna
feeling
do
like
that,
yeah,
but
you're feeling like a porn star, and you're like, oh, come on my face.
Sometimes I'm the
and then it
fix
gets in your
now.
hair, and you're like, yo, why'd you do that?
Then I
and
have
he's
to
like,
take a
you told
shower.
me to, and you're like, it was in the heat of the moment. I didn't mean anything.
Like fuck me
I said-
harder and over and over. Yeah,
like,
that type of thing.
I
Mhm.
don't mean it.
Fast stroke, slow stroke.
Both.
Yeah.
At what point?
It's a combination.
Beginning, end, middle.
Close to
whatever.
the end, I need hard. And
Just go
fast.
hard, go in.
No.
Favorite position, bro?
Face down, ass up. That's the way I like to fuck.
That shit's
Missionary.
real.
No,
That's for sure. Yeah.
missionary
That's
for
just
me.
All right.
Missionary position, it's more intimate.
Yeah, my 3 questions I'm always gonna ask you guys. Real women prefer what? Give me 3 answers.
Honesty, respect, loyalty.
I was totally just thinking rim jobs, spooning, and like a little stubble on the back of my neck also goes a long way.
She went totally the other way. Like,
And that's what it's all about. Whatever you thinking at the moment, real women prefer. I gave you 3.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I mean, hell, if that's what it is, because that's like information that we don't even know. We don't really know about. Like, damn,
See-
we thought like, yo, we need to like caress you or
It-
pet.
no,
Nah,
no, no.
you thinking about some other shit.
if
Like,
I'm
yo,
talking to somebody,
you need to be like, yo, eat
if
my
I'm
pussy some
talking,
more and shit.
no. If I'm talking to somebody, I'm gonna vocalize what I need, what I want,
Right,
when I
right.
want it.
Right.
But not everybody's going to, so they're asking questions that can help. Also, you're not.
But it's being very open and honest with your partner. Like
That's
whoever you're having sex with, well, dude, you're doing that wrong. Move
And if
over
you
here,
can't
or
say
like
that
go
to
fast.
someone,
So you've done that.
You shouldn't be
Yes.
having sex with them. If you can't tell them like that's wrong, that's not working,
Or
no.
you shift a little and like, okay, let's try this instead. Like, I mean, you can be
Yeah,
nice
every
about
once
it.
in a while something weird happens by
Like,
accident. And you're like, oh, let's do that again.
Shoot
Let's
your-
write that down and do it on purpose next time.
And I like the open dialect with somebody that I'm intimate with, because how else are you gonna learn?
Shoot your own porn or no?
What'd you say?
Shoot your own porn or no? Private porn, not for public
Are we
consumption.
really answering this one?
Yeah, I'm just asking a question.
Ooh. Damn.
My answer's gonna be no, but according to Tim on like last week's episode,
Wait a minute, I've seen some of yours.
I was gonna say he had that was
you have porn?
look that was accidental
You got porn?
porn.
Where,
I had
where can we go see that shit?
I had a camera.
www.
Mine's on OnlyFans? No, just
No,
not.
I had a camera in my bedroom that is supposed to turn off when my cell phone gets close enough to it, but apparently that setting was changed, and so I was making homemade porn for like a while.
Nice.
And I
Where-
think
where
I
is
made
that
some
at?
in your downstairs.
Where's that?
Nice. Okay.
But
I'm a porn corner.
no, so I'm gonna say no all around because the problem is
Not that we've posted it. We've made
No,
videos,
but
but not have posted it.
I-
I look at whoever posted it. I'll look
if
at
I made a homemade porn of myself, all I would end up doing is staring at myself and being like, oh my god, my face is stupid.
My
oh God,
belly's flat,
My
babe.
hair is
My
ugly.
fupa.
My belly's stupid. No, and it takes out all of the joy of porn. So I don't want porn of me. I want
What if it's just the actual act? We ain't talking about hair,
Suck and
makeup,
date,
and
whatever.
it's
shit.
not.
You want POV.
Women
No,
are
we
always
we're very judgmental
Yeah.
of ourselves.
so
Like,
it's
my eyes look funny, or why
Yes.
didn't I look up?
I made
or
a
why
weird
did-
sound. Why was I so quiet? Why didn't I make more sounds?
But it could be like a total turn on to guys.
So it would not be something that I would enjoy seeing.
No,
Well-
but yeah,
That's
I mean, it's actually pretty good though because you're
If
not
we
really
can't
limited.
openly talk about it, then I don't want it.
I like
True,
that.
true.
Well, ladies, y'all have been wonderful.
Thank you for having
Seems like
Very
Ronnie
true.
wanted something else from
I did, but I forgot it well.
Very transparent.
Just ask us later and then, like, record it with your cell
I really
phone.
wanted it, but it's okay. Look,
You guys-
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. We done.
We're gonna delete all this footage.
Really? You just wanted this for your own entertainment?
Well, it should be okay seeing this.